High stakes exams, end of term essays, and professional writing all have one thing in common. At some point, students have to do the work completely on their own. No AI, no Google, no class discussion. Just them, the text, and their own thinking. But here's the problem. Day to day, many students are letting AI do the heavy lifting. They use AI summaries instead of wrestling with the text themselves. The result? A dangerous gap between the polished work they submit and what they can actually do independently. If we keep allowing students to bypass deep reading with AI, we're not preparing them for these moments when they must think, analyze, and write on their own. We're preparing them to fail when it matters the most. Today, I'm going to show you a strategy that flips AI from a crutch into a powerful thinking tool. It forces students to engage deeply with the text, sharpen their comprehension, and build the kind of independent reasoning that high stakes tasks demand. I call it What Did the AI Leave Out? In this reading strategy called What Did the AI Leave Out? Students start with an AI generated 3 sentence summary, and then they prove they can do better. They compare that AI summary to the full text, identify omissions that matter, explain why those omissions change the meaning, and then write a stronger, more complete summary. For teacher preparation, this is a quick prep. You're not rewriting your entire lesson, but before class starts, at some point in time, you have to choose your text. And you have to run that text through an AI and ask it to summarize this text into 3 sentences. You can save that summary for your students, or you can have them utilize the AI themselves to summarize it into 3 sentences. Then you prepare simple directions and a quick rubric or checklist so students know exactly what to do. That's it, you're ready. Now, here's how students work through this. First, they read the full text, no skipping. Then they review the AI's 3 sentence summary. Next, they identify at least 3 significant omissions. They explain why each omission matters, how it changes the meaning or the reader's understanding. And then finally, they write their own revised complete summary. By the end, they've read, compared, critiqued, and improved. Why this works, the benefits of this. I've identified 6 purposes of what did the AI leave out. And the first one is that it deepens comprehension, where students learn that meaning often lies in omissions. It builds critical reading skills by having students detect what's missing and why it matters. It strengthens their use of text based evidence by requiring proof from the original text. It propels higher order thinking that involves analysis, evaluation, and synthesis. It prepares them for high stakes testing by building independence for text analysis without AI. And it models responsible AI use by showing AI as a critique tool and not a shortcut. So instead of blindly trusting AI, students learn to question it, verify it, and improve upon it. Here is an example using Of Mice and Men. The AI summary, the 3 sentence summary, focuses on George and Lenny finding work. And so what ended up happening is that there's a lot of information that's missing. Part of it is Lenny's mental challenges and their impact on the story. But why does that matter? Because it changes the understanding of loyalty, dependency, and the entire relationship between these characters. And when students find omissions like this, they realize how meaning shifts when critical details are missing. That's analytical thinking in action. Now let's look at how we assess this. You can grade this quickly and fairly. You can check for 3 or more significant omissions, look for strong explanations of why those omissions matter, confirm that students used evidence from the text to support their points, and review their revised summary to make sure it is accurate and complete. It's about the depth of their thinking and not the length of their writing. Or an optional rubric can include where you want to make the expectations crystal clear. You can use a rubric from 4 to 1. 4 means there was insightful omissions, strong evidence, and a highly accurate summary. It means that there was solid omissions, adequate evidence, and mostly accurate work. A 2 would show weak omissions, limited evidence, and only partial accuracy. And a 1 means the omissions are missing or superficial and the summary is inaccurate. This keeps your grading consistent and transparent. We make assignments cheat proof when students still have to think, even if they use AI. And we keep control of learning when we guide that AI toward deeper comprehension and stronger writing. When students master what did the AI leave out, They're not just ready for your class, they're ready for high stakes exams, college writing, and independent work for life.